Hey guys. Woo, welcome to my chaotic mess. If you're new here, my name is Melissa. And today we actually do have a chaotic mess. I know you can only see this side, which I know it looks bad, but a lot of it is just stuff that needs to be put in the pantry, that needs to go in the craft room and be put together. That's that's from last night. So this side's really not that bad. I am not gonna make excuses, but here's my excuse. I've actually not felt good. Today is the first day in a while that I have some energy. So today we are tackling the kitchen. Let me turn you back. There's a lot. Oh yeah, also my husband we went to Sam's Club a while back, and that's actually where I got this. It is for my vinyl, and the one on Amazon's like 30 bucks that I wanted, and that was only I think 12. It was on sale at Sam's Club. So anyway, not only do I want to clean the kitchen, but I want to rearrange some of this side on the countertops. I also want to get into the actual cabinets and move stuff around, make it more functional, because right now, like, I don't know if you've seen the spice cabinet recently. I know we did it together, but it's a mess, and I keep buying new things, and like I just found this flavor at Sam's Club last time we went, and it doesn't fit. As you can see, this is pretty organized here, but it doesn't work in this cabinet, so we're moving it. And also, you know, the Tupperware cabinet is pretty much empty right now, and that's because all the Tupperware, most of it, if it's not in use, is behind this cereal container here on the cabinet, because it doesn't work over here. It just doesn't work. Like the shapes and everything, they can't stack side by side, and so they can only be stacked so high on top of each other. It just didn't work for me. So that's getting moved today. And I want to do the refrigerator. And actually, I don't know if all of this is going to get done today, or if you're going to see me in a different outfit finishing it up. I don't know. But I also want to do the refrigerator. What the hell? Right there. Refrigerator. Because I know we just like revamped it, but I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. I've lived with it for a couple months now. It just doesn't work. So I'm gonna change it back to the way it was probably. And it's fine. It is what it is. And we are all doing our best around here. So that's what we're doing in this video. So I'm sorry if this video is super long, but that's everything we're gonna do. Well, minus sweep and mop the floors, because obviously, but I want to get this kitchen turned around because I have people coming, and I want it to be to my liking before they get here. Not like it matters, but anyway. So yes, strap in. It's going to be a long one, and I'm just going to apologize in advance because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. Actually, I didn't even show you. I have those totes, because those were on really good sale at Sam's Club. They were like $7.50 each. So I bought all the ones I need. Hopefully all the ones I need to put the fall stuff up after fall, because we're trying to get all these types of totes for every holiday. And eventually I will get on my Cricut. I'll make labels for everything. But this year, I'm hoping to do it with the fall stuff, and then once we get Christmas and stuff done. Because right now the Christmas and there's probably Easter stuff all mixed together because they're the same totes. So we're gonna have to like open lids and crap when I bring the Christmas stuff in. I am still not really feeling that great. I have more energy today is what it is. And basically what's going on is I have a really bad UTI. And I took the over-the-counter stuff. It didn't work. I see my doctor on Tuesday, so if it doesn't go away by then, I made the appointment for something completely different, but when I go in, I'm going to be straight up with him. Hey, look, I have a UTI. I need medicine. Thank you. Because I can't get in any sooner. I did call and ask. That's the soonest I can get in. They said keep my original appointment. So that being said, if you see me looking like I'm struggling in this video, that is why. It's so painful. Like, I honestly thought, and I know this is TMI, I honestly thought I was getting my period again, and I was like to the point where I really have to go to the doctor for this, because I went from being very, very, very irregular to having back to back to back to back, and I mean weeks apart periods. But no, it wasn't a period, it's severe UTI. So I'm starting to think the last period I had was like the forming of this UTI. I don't know, because they said, from what I read, UTI is when like your urinary tract is red and swollen, and it can cause bleeding, from what I've read. So we're supposed to be cleaning the kitchen, and I'm talking about this. Do you see this? It says, why are y'all trying to test the Beth Dutton in me? First of all, we all know Beth Dutton wouldn't let her house look like this. Second of all, I've never seen Beth Dutton clean ever in the show. They have house cleaners. So if I had a house cleaner, my house wouldn't look like this either. So anyway, let's stop talking about UTIs and Beth Dutton and everything else in the world, and let's start cleaning now that we're 8 minutes into this film.
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing, oh, everybody's singing, oh. I don't know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to. We got nothing to lose. You're looking so old. You're looking so old. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you. Just say the word and we can leave this place. I'll take you anywhere you want. As long as we're together, everything we'll do. You got me going, oh. You got me going, oh. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you. look in your eyes, I don't know how, but it feels like I'm drunk on you. It's almost like you make me fly. And when I look at you smile, I don't know how, but it feels like I'm drunk on you. It feels like I'm drunk on you. It feels like I'm drunk on you. Oh! Let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, let me love, let me love you. Let me love you.
All right. So that was Let Me Love You by Loving Caliber. They are actually one of my favorite groups on Epidemic Sound. So you will probably, or you probably heard a lot of their music in my videos. And that's just because I like their beat and crap like that. But anyway, this is probably going to be a 2-part series, possibly a 3-part series. I did not realize that it took that much footage to film this series. And this is my getting the kitchen organized, clean type series. And sorry, I know what you're probably thinking, shouldn't your kitchen be clean, organized all the time? Yeah, in a perfect world, yeah. What I mean by organized though is there's a lot of things that I've changed in the past and they just don't work. And so I've had to reconfigure how I do things, and so far the new way of doing things is working great. And I'm wondering, I think one of the things I changed I did not record, and so I'll go over that in the the final tour video of the kitchen. But yeah, it's just something that needed to be done, and I've been putting it off because I've been talking about moving, and I'm like, why do I want to reorganize something if we're just going to be moving? But it got to the point where even if we move tomorrow, which we're not, by the way, but even if we were to move tomorrow, it's something that needed to be done. So whether we're here for another 2 months or 2 years, it's just something I couldn't put off any longer because it was getting really, really hard to do things in the kitchen, and it made it to where it wasn't even enjoyable to do things in the kitchen because it was so unorganized. It just was not great. And so I got it reorganized to a point where it's more comfortable to be in the kitchen, to cook in the kitchen, and all that other stuff, which, contrary to what you'll see in a future video, I do actually still cook. I did take literally a whole week off. We had a ton of leftovers from when my family was here that we had to eat through. And so my husband and I basically had Thanksgiving dinner for almost a whole week, so it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So I didn't feel good. Luckily we had all those leftovers because it helps a lot, believe it or not, to have convenience in the house when I don't feel good. And I was worn down by the time they left. I already have an immune issue on top of my spinal issues. Guys, I'm literally falling apart, and I know you guys don't see it in these videos. You don't see that I take so many breaks throughout the day. You don't see, if I ever filmed, maybe I will film like a day of my life, and you'll just see how often I'm actually you know, sitting down, then standing up, sitting up. I have to take breaks between tasks, and sometimes it's only maybe a 10 to 20 minute break, and sometimes it's an hour to 2 hour break. It depends on how much I exerted myself and put pressure on my spine because, like I said, I have spinal issues, and I don't think I don't I don't think, and I'm not a doctor, so I can't say, and I am seeing a doctor for my back, so we should get some answers soon. Um, right now, he is focusing on my neck and my hip because, you know, it does no good to work on, you know, the mid part of the back if the other two parts are hurting too. But I have noticed that since getting my steroid shots in my hip, that the pressure in my mid back is more, and I don't know if it was always that severe or if just taking the pain out of my hip has let me see the severity of my back. So anyway, the my mid back will be getting looked at. It's on his plans. We've already discussed it. It's just a matter of when. So um, I actually have an appointment tomorrow, which is November 1st. So the day you're seeing this, or the day it's uploaded, I should say. Um, and I'm going to be doing, I don't know what the actual term is, but we are going to be basically killing some nerves in my neck, so that I don't have that pain anymore, because it is basically residual pain from the accident, and even residual from when I broke, I always say broke my neck, but I basically herniated and ruptured two discs in my neck years ago, and it's kind of residual pain from that. I told him what the last doctor told me, that I'd always have pain in my neck and that I would most likely get severe arthritis in my neck, and that's just something that is inevitable and nothing can be done for it. And he kind of, you know, I don't want to say he kind of like gave a little laugh when I said that, and then that's when we started discussing options, and one of the options was to kill the nerves. So, you know, yeah, the technically the pain is probably still there, but I can't feel it at that point, if that makes any sense to anyone. So, but yeah, that's on the agenda for tomorrow, and then we're going to start discussing my mid back. um Other than that, I have, what did I say? I already told you I have chronic, um, did we already discuss my immune deficiency? I have immune deficiency. Basically, if you sneeze in my presence, I will probably get a cold. If you have a cold, I'm bound to get the flu. I know that makes no sense to anyone else, but like if someone is sick around me, which my family is usually pretty good about not being sick around me, but and I'm not gonna like never leave my house, and masks don't work before you tell me to just wear a mask. Masks actually hurt more because masks lower your immune protection, because your body is not learning to cope with the outside germs. The problem is I don't leave the house as much as I should, and so it's not helping. I We're running out of time, but basically, if I was to get a job, which with my back pain and stuff like that, right now it's impossible for me to work any type of job because I need to be constantly sitting, standing, sitting, standing. So I haven't found a job that lets you, you know, do that at will. I've even looked at home jobs. I can't find anything legit. So we don't necessarily need the money. I just wanted something to occupy my time. That's why I do YouTube, and I pretty much explained that in another video. But yeah, so that's the main issue, is I don't really leave the house as much. That's why I got the movie thing. But even then, I've noticed that there's never anyone in the theaters, which is fine with me. I'd rather not be surrounded by a lot of people. But we did go to a hockey game yesterday, and I feel fine today, but that doesn't mean the germs won't show up, you know, in the next day or so. But, you know, we'll see. Um, gosh, I don't know why. It's really hard to explain everything to you guys, and I'm going to make a whole dedicated video about my health, maybe, if that's something you want to see, or if you just rather me throw little tidbits into these types of videos. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and thank you guys so much for watching. Part 2 will be coming up. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below questions, concerns. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.